Picture this. It's the early 1990s. Lowriders are cruising down Crenshaw. DJ Quick is on the radio. Snoop Dogg reps Long Beach like it's sacred ground. In Mac 10, everyone knew Inglewood was his. This wasn't just rap culture. It was a mirror of real life. Compton, Inglewood, Watts, South Central, they weren't just zip codes. They were black hubs of culture, power, and survival. These cities were shaped by the children and grandchildren of the Great Migration, families that had escaped the terror of the Jim Crow South from places like Louisiana and Texas, relocated west in search of something better. They came to Oakland, Los Angeles, Richmond, Long Beach, and they built. Today, Scope News presents the story California doesn't want to tell, the quiet erasure of its black legacy. This isn't about nostalgia. This is about what happens when a people are used to build cities, shape culture, and then get pushed out in silence. In LA, black people found work in shipyards, airplane plants, and the railroads. In Oakland, they helped run the ports, fix the engines, and raise the city's cultural pulse. West Oakland had Southern Baptist churches that echoed with Texas choirs. East Oakland smelled like gumbo and smoked ribs. People brought their traditions with them, and Black California began to rise. Like Lady Esther's Soul Food Restaurant that used to be located on East 14th Street and 53rd Avenue that opened in 1968. A native of Louisiana, Esther Clay founded this restaurant which served East Oakland for decades. Locals said that the food was some of the best soul food that they had ever had. Inglewood, Crenshaw, and Compton were extensions of the South, but with palm trees and promise. But now, walk into those same neighborhoods and something feels off. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, once a place built for and by black folks, is now run by a Mexican woman who is also the COO. Most of the staff cooking the food aren't black. That's not just a staffing change, it's a symbol. Because when the ownership, the narrative, and the profit leaves the hands of the people who created it, that's not cultural growth. That's cultural displacement. Compton is now nearly 70% Latino. Inglewood is majority Latino too. Long Beach has seen its black population steadily fall. And the cultural anchors, the barbershops, churches, food spots, bookstores, have been replaced, relocated, or erased. It's not just Latino growth. Asians now make up a massive and growing demographic in Southern California. Places like Monterey Park, Cerritos, Diamond Bar, and entire areas of the San Gabriel Valley have become cultural powerhouses, complete with political influence, real estate ownership, and elite education systems. And still, no one asks, how did these newer communities get the support to thrive, while foundational black communities were left to rot? We can't ignore immigration either. Since the 1980s, California has received a constant wave of both legal and undocumented immigrants from Mexico and Central America. Many ended up in black neighborhoods, not by accident, but because those were the communities starved of investment and ripe for resettlement. Landlords saw new tenants, politicians saw new voters, developers saw profit, and black families, especially those who owned homes and businesses, found themselves boxed in, priced out, or pushed out. Jobs were disappearing, schools were failing, and rent? It was climbing faster than wages. Real estate developers swept through with buyout offers. Then came the gentrification. Trendy cafes, construction zones, shiny new stadiums, and rental prices that left no room for the original community. SoFi Stadium in Inglewood is a perfect example. A billion-dollar attraction built on the bones of a black neighborhood. Now let's talk about who's leading the city, and whether they're truly representing the people who built it. Karen Bass made headlines as the first African-American woman to lead a state legislative body in the U.S. and is now the mayor of Los Angeles. But in 2018, she posted a picture of her grandfather, Salvador, describing him as a dreamer before the term existed. He came from Mexico, fought in World War II, received full GI Bill benefits, and built a business. It's a proud story, but you rarely see it in her campaign speeches or public branding. Bass doesn't often highlight her Latino roots in political forums. Instead, she centers herself squarely in the black community, presenting as a foundational black leader from South LA, and that raises hard questions. If her Mexican heritage is real and personal, Why isn't it more present when she campaigns? And if she owes her political rise to Black communities, Black churches, Black voters, Black movements, why do her policies so often prioritize other groups? Like her recent plan to offer prepaid debit cards to undocumented immigrants. All while Black homelessness in LA is at crisis levels, who exactly is being served here? It's the same pattern we saw with Vice President Kamala Harris. Born to a Jamaican father and an Indian mother, Harris is not descended from U.S. chattel slavery. But during her presidential run, she embraced Black American culture, dancing with HBCU bands, quoting civil rights leaders, and calling herself part of the African American struggle. And yet, once elected, she focused on immigration, Asian hate crime legislation, and international relations. While foundational Black communities continued to wait for even basic acknowledgement, let alone reparations or reinvestment. This is what many now call identity extraction, the political borrowing of Black identity, struggle, and symbolism to win votes and build brand recognition. Newer terms that may fit are ones like grifter or tether. But once power is secured, the loyalty of the Black voter is left unrewarded. The policy promises go silent, and the focus shifts to everyone but the people who made the victory possible. Meanwhile, Black California is disappearing. South Central has been renamed. South LA schools are now majority Spanish-speaking. The culture, gentrified. The history, ignored. The elders, displaced. Crenshaw is full of construction signs. West Oakland looks like a tech campus. And the kids of the Great Migration, the sons and daughters of Louisiana and Texas, are gone. Even Roscoe's, once the meeting place for legends, feels different now. It's still serving chicken and waffles, but the soul behind it, the people, the music, the stories, is fading fast. Remember Boys and the Hood? John Singleton made that film to capture the reality of South LA. It was raw, it was painful, it was real. That world is almost gone now. You can walk those same streets today and not recognize a single building. And Mac 10? Even he would probably struggle to find his old neighborhood. From 2000 to 2020, over 100,000 Black residents left Los Angeles County. Some went to the Inland Empire. Some left the state. Others just disappeared into poverty, displacement, or silence. This isn't migration, it's removal. Quiet, unspoken, strategic removal. The question isn't just where did they go? The real question is, who will be next? Scope News tells the truth. And here are the facts. U.S. Census Bureau data confirms the sharp decline in Black residents across Los Angeles, Compton, Inglewood, Long Beach, Oakland, and San Francisco. The Urban Displacement Project, Pew Research Center, and UCLA Luskin School of Public Affairs have extensively documented demographic shifts, immigration patterns, and the effects of housing policies on Black Californians. Karen Bass's Facebook post about her Mexican grandfather is public record. The GI Bill disparity for Black WE2's veterans is backed by the Department of Veterans Affairs and major civil rights history texts. Reporting on Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles confirms management changes and demographic shifts. Kamala Harris's heritage and policy focus are supported by public campaign footage and federal legislation tracking. Historic migration patterns from Texas and Louisiana to California are preserved in the Schomburg Center, the California African American Museum, and multiple UC archives. Special thanks to the Watts Labor Community Action Committee, the East Bay Black Cultural Archives, and oral histories recorded through StoryCorps and CAM. Legal disclaimer. This Scope News report is intended solely for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes. It is based on verified public records, historical research, and journalistic analysis protected under fair use. Viewer discretion is advised, as topics may include sensitive content related to race, displacement, and political accountability. This report is not intended to incite harm or discrimination toward any individual or group. Scope News aims to reflect history accurately and responsibly, while acknowledging the limitations of public data, archival access, and evolving interpretations. All names, dates, policies, and examples are true to the best of our editorial ability at the time of publication.